I guess this is the beginning of the podcast. Welcome to Live, Laugh, Gulag with your hosts, Morgan and Rob.
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome. It's fucking great.
Should we start with Rob's having a week? Rob's having a better... It's not even a week. It's like 2 days. Okay, I guess I have to. We have to now.
No, it's been 24 hours. Exactly.
It's been 24 hours, exactly.
It's been exactly 24 hours and my life is falling apart.
Because you came to hang out with me.
This is what they say will happen.
What?
You'll lose it all in 24 hours. Everything is gone.
He didn't even break his fingers. He sprained them.
I don't know that for sure yet.
He doesn't even know that for sure
It's
yet.
called the hamate bone. It's located at the base of the hand. More towards the pinky side.
Yeah.
Prognosis 4 to 6 weeks.
It's very important for wielding a sword in Jiu-Jitsu.
It's very important for just holding things. I went to the market today and felt like a retard. Shit up.
That is frustrating. I know you like to drive with that hand.
I was so angry today. I was just looking at people and I was like, I'm going to start a fight with somebody.
This makes me feel a lot better because I was just in a bad mood for the last 3 hours. And I don't know. I don't want Rob to be in suffering, but it does make me feel better to know that someone had a worse day or was in a worse mood than I was. Very selfish. Very selfish of me. I mean, I don't know. I was thinking about being violent with people. I was just really kind of making it all about me. So... I'm
making it all about me, but I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
My jiu-jitsu training and weightlifting is more important than anyone else. I don't care.
So even if you weren't in a bad mood.
Because if this was 1,000 years ago, all these people would be at my behest. You know what I mean?
You'd be
and they still, just because cops have guns doesn't mean they still shouldn't be. You know?
They still shouldn't be.
Just leave it as it is. Just leave it at that.
I don't understand that, but I'm going to leave it at that. I mean, in your version of how people would be at your behest, it's not. How many kings were like He-Man?
I'm not a king.
Yeah.
I've been granted land in the kingdom. I'm a lord.
You're a lord.
There's a difference.
Now, who works on your land?
Everybody.
Every single person you know.
Basically. Besides the people that I go to jiu-jitsu with. And
they're also lords.
And a few select people at the gym. But mainly most people
select people at the gym.
Mainly most people at the gym are pussies. Like little Persian guys that's just curled 5-pound weights all the time.
That's funny. I mean, I don't know. You go to a non... I don't know. Is your gym independent or is it part of a chain?
It's a chain.
Okay. Yeah,
I go to Equinox.
Yeah.
For all the ladies listening, I go to Equinox. Yeah. I'm rich. Come suck my dick.
He's the one who's hanging shaft in all the locker rooms, and he's decided that the women's locker room is a all gender locker room because
that's not true.
No.
That's fucking
walking around with his penis out. There's not kids at Equinox. No, you're trying to spread your gender fluid around.
I'm not.
I'm not calling you trans. I'm not trying to pile on. I'm really not. I'm with you. I'm not even
say that to me. It's okay. A lot of people say that to me.
Is that you're trans?
Out of insecurity. Yeah.
That you're trans?
Because I'm such a manly man.
Who in the world would ever call you trans?
Man.
Your fucking mustache is so thick right now. You might as well be Mario.
I'm a super manly man.
So you've been wearing a tank top all day, listening to, I guess...
I've been listening to samba music.
That was the saddest samba I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Putumayo, Cuban, African drum rhythm things.
Yeah.
Playing chess and a wife beater, smoking cigars, and yelling out of my window.
For all you...
for 8 fucking hours.
We're yelling out of your window?
Yes.
What does that look like?
Like when I made a bad move, I'd be like, fuck!
Oh, dude, that guy who zip passed you on the scooter, that was pretty fucking funny. When I was on the phone with you and you... we were talking about...
That was before I hurt my hand, too. Look, God forbid this guy fucking brings his scooter down the street this time. Because I won't have the patience.
I won't feel the ability to, the control over... I'm letting this guy live.
I won't be able to laugh. Like, I'm giving this guy a gift.
No, this time you're going to say, I have
life.
to test myself. If I can't beat up Scooter Nerd, then I really am all gone.
No, now I have to make someone's day as worse as mine.
Yeah, that's
as bad
really
as mine.
true.
Break his fucking hand. See how he likes it.
Because you can't ride a scooter if you have a broken hand.
Can't fucking go to Jiu-Jitsu either. Everything sucks now.
Oh, I mean, dude, I think it's great.
Made my whole personality into this, and now I can't.
I made my whole personality.
What am I gonna do now?
Nothing.
I'm a Cuban chess guy now.
You're.
It's fucking stupid.
But at least those people are sad in public in like parks. No, you're not fat. Well, some of those guys are just like ripped, or maybe not.
They're not the guys playing chess.
They're not the guys playing chess. No, those guys are fat and they're like sweating.
You gotta have high cholesterol to play chess if you're Cuban, because you sit in the park and you gotta have a straw hat.
You could be like Andrew Tate's dad, just be like a gigantic. As his name, Emery.
Can I be an alcoholic then?
Is he an?
Can
Was
I go
he an
back
alcoholic?
to boozing?
Dude, if you the lunchbox
sit
story,
in the park with a plastic bottle of gin, dude.
That is,
and just play chess
and
for
then just
money.
Bet on chess. Yeah, that is.
Can I do that?
It's kind of hot.
That doesn't sound as fun as rolling around with sweaty men on a floor.
Oh my god!
I miss it already.
You base your whole identity on it. That is a good point.
Sad.
I mean, there's a short coming out where we talk about that.
Like, I want to kill myself.
How? It has been 6 weeks, maybe less, 4 weeks.
Like, there's no point in life anymore.
It's been 4 weeks of doing jiu-jitsu classes, albeit like every day.
I never liked life this much.
Really?
No.
That's nice, dude.
I was never as satisfied with being in an absurd existence.
You're gonna be even more grateful when this thing heals in the next day. It's been 24 hours. It's gonna feel fine soon.
It's not.
And
I can tell.
But you are really happy about this. Like,
bad.
Maybe we talk about God sometimes on this podcast. Maybe God gave you this so he could.
God
give you
is a lie. God is dead.
God is a lie. I'm getting an 8-ball right now. I'm ordering it. I'm looking for the number.
Potentially.
No, don't do it. If that was the reason you did that, I would make you share. All right, I'll stop myself there.
It's been the closest that I've ever been.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. You gotta. This is why it's so important that you call me and you just start like telling me about people you see who are pissing you off.
Like these guys on the scooter.
Yeah, like the guy.
This guy's riding in the middle of the fucking street and then looks at me funny, like I'm doing something wrong, driving a car down the street. And he looked at me funny. I go, and I started laughing. I go, oh, this is a gift. I'm giving this guy a gift, the gift of life. Morgan called me later that night. He goes, did you do anything nice for anybody? I said, yes. I gave this guy the gift of life.
And then I also asked where you were resentful about
everything. This guy was dead.
And you said no.
And I said no. I said no. I was not resentful because he didn't bother me.
Fucking hilarious.
I get resentful against mosquitoes, not flies. You know what I'm saying?
What would the equivalent?
I can kill them both.
What would the equivalent of a mosquito be in the scooter scenario?
A mosquito would be like if he got out and like slapped my car. Then I'd be like, oh.
Then you have some sass behind
I'd be like, oh, you want to? Okay, so
you've taken something from me.
This means that I'm gonna break your fucking arm now.
Yeah.
This means that I'm gonna put you in a Kimura.
Yeah. Kimura. You've used that word so many times, and you showed me.
I showed him how to do it,
dude.
All you guys that think that I don't actually do jiu-jitsu, fuck you.
I don't think anybody most of the people who listen to this right now.
I wish these people saw us. I wish they saw us.
You know that most of them
I bet that they think that I'm a bullshit.
Our number one fan, who I won't say the name of, but
is one of my best friends.
The name you say. It's not
Mulatto.
Yeah,
That's his rap name. His rap name is Mulatto.
Got it.
Because he's a mulatto.
Yeah, got it.
Self-proclaimed.
I don't know. It's actually not even close to the most offensive thing I would have even said on this podcast, but it just sounds wrong because he's such a nice guy. Seems like a great guy. He's giving us feedback.
That's his given name.
Yeah,
he gave himself that name.
He gave that name. Yeah.
That's his rap name.
Yeah.
When he had a rapping.
Then we got my cousin who's listening now. Oh, no, we got to cut that out.
Why do we have to cut that out?
Because he's anonymity.
Nobody knows who that guy is.
Well,
that's not even his real name.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not even his real name.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Okay, what should we call him? Ryan?
Ryan, yeah, sure.
Well, Ryan is my cousin's name.
Okay.
Now it's...
But we're not talking about your
So what do
cousin.
we got to call him? Let's call him DeAndre.
Why don't we call
everybody that we know? Let's just make him an obnoxious black name.
Why don't we call him Nick, like Nick Mullen from Cumtown?
Let's call him.
Dude, this is so bad.
Let's call him La Wilson.
He wants to be like we should have him as a guest at some point.
Okay, so he can be La Wilson.
La Wilson. Okay.
Not Lou. La
Wilson.
Or Levante.
Or Levante.
What about like
interesting
La Reginald? Like he's classy, but he's not forgetting his hood rat roots.
Dude, you're just making this Marcus again.
Yeah.
The glaze is going over your eyes right now. You just saw a window into that. How did you like my AI picture of Marcus?
It was alright.
It was alright. It wasn't quite up to standard.
How he looked.
But the yellow Speedo was just picking, poking up.
But reality is never as good as your imagination. You know? That's why TV shows suck. But, anyways, I've been wanting to kill everybody this whole week. Seriously, it's actually ruined my entire life. Like, my whole life is ruined.
You are
my house in 24 hours has gotten measurably worse looking.
Yeah,
it's really has. Everything is just gone.
You used to clean up everything with your what is it? Your left hand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you jerk off with your left hand?
Yeah, I do the double thing. So
not even a joke.
So kind of.
So that actually kind of helps. It kind of makes it. But he likes the pain.
But it's like shooting a rifle. Like you could shoot it if you're right-handed, just with your right hand. But it's better when you hold the longer part. You know.
That is hilarious. But how do you hold the phone?
My phone?
Yeah.
I don't know. I usually hold my phone with my left hand.
Okay.
I usually drive with my left hand.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a genius. I do things with my offhand for some reason. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When I said I jerked off with my left hand to somebody, they were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's kind of weird." Yeah, you're right-handed.
Yeah. That's like the main thing I do with my left.
That's better for gooning though, because it takes longer because you're not as coordinated.
Well, I can type faster with my right hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're less coordinated. You goon.
Yeah, exactly.
You want it to last a while.
I'm trying to quit gooning.
I want to just.
That's why I was in a bad mood today. Part of it. I also, when I get hungry, I don't know. Everybody apparently gets very cranky.
That's I thought it was just exclusive. Me. I think that's a human thing. You know?
It's just a human
that's
thing.
Just like a human.
I don't think they think the thoughts I do. I don't think they think about telling anybody just having shit ready for people who step. Just
it might
challenge
not be like as Nazi analytic, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Like a hungry Samoan might just be like Hulk smash instead of like how can we liquidate half of the Earth's population?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, but I'm not.
Not to say that Samoans are dumb.
I was thinking of things, and I'll just use that as me. I was just thinking of things like. I don't know. Should I even say this sick shit I think? I'll just say it. What's the point? I mean, eventually this won't be anonymous.
Depends on you.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. But it's basically... in a way that
what
is
the fuck?
That probably is worse than what I just said.
What do you... What are you, like the guard at Guantanamo Bay?
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus Christ, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I know. I'm
not that fucked up. I'm like just a normal guy.
We've established that you are angrier and you direct it at more people, but when it comes out of me or when I am thinking about something
like
this,
sadist.
I am. I don't know what is that the right word for that?
You like want to like torture people. Like I just want to like just hit them a couple times and I'd be like, look, I'm sorry, I'm angry. You want to like pull out toenails and shit like you're Liam Neeson.
That is one of the things I think about.
But they didn't kidnap your daughter. That's like I would be down to do the nail pulling thing if they kidnapped my daughter, but not like just because I haven't had a cheeseburger. What the fuck? That's psycho.
Look, this all was fixed when I went
to up, dude.
This was all fixed when I went to talk about.
You gotta start doing a combat sport so like you understand like what violence is.
Yes. I understand what violence is, but you're right.
You have to be like in violence to understand what violence is. Like you can watch it, but until like you like experience it, I feel like it's just not the same, you know?
No, I think you're right. I think you are right. I think there's a difference in like
our friend whose house we're gonna go over to after this told me that he could like he's like, I'm strong and I wrestled my brother. I could choke out a black belt in jiu-jitsu. And I was like, I laughed because I was like, oh, he's never been like made a bitch before. You know what I mean? Nobody's ever treated him like a bitch.
I remember in childhood or like teenage years where you constantly made him a bitch and he volunteered for it.
Yeah, okay, but he has the excuse that like, oh, I'm bigger than him. He's never had like a smaller person make him into a bitch, which is like very humbling. When a 5'5",
I'm really bad with that today.
When a 5'5" dude like makes you into his bitch, you're like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like we know that.
Like, look at how big Joe Rogan is.
Yeah.
He's tiny, right?
Yeah.
Like if you were like uneducated, you would look at me and Joe Rogan and be like, this guy would rip his head off. But Joe Rogan would hurt me, you know, badly.
Yeah, because he got a black belt in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's like a kickboxer.
Oh, wow, yeah.
He would like really hurt me.
He was really...
He would hurt the both of us at the same time.
You know what made him stop with like actually competing in combat sports?
What?
It's a great fucking story. He kicked the guy so hard that he just went out. His lights went out. And I think he could never fight again, this other guy, and they had to like take him away in an ambulance. Yeah. And Joe's like, yeah, no, I can't ever do that again. That's horrible.
What a punk.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Good for him.
Well, I mean, Joe made the right call. Like now he's a fucking billionaire from talking to other people and having them kind of. I don't know. I like Joe. I'm not trying to criticize Joe. But
everybody that I talk to that's a liberal
hates him
for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, because he expresses views that are contrary to their mainstream.
Right.
As soon as he got out of fucking LA, he was comfortable saying the things that he saw with his eyes.
You can't hate somebody just because they have different views than you. Right?
Come on.
No, like...
There's no way that tracks with everything. Not even that you do that, but like that everybody does that.
I know, but like it just makes no sense.
Wait a minute. Say what you said again, because
you can't hate somebody for having different views than you.
Okay. What about religious views? I mean,
religious views is different because that fundamentally changes society.
Yeah. Well, no, wait a minute.
He's
talking about COVID. He's talking about all this weird shit, the political shit that has really affected people.
All he said was like, look, I took this little thing and it made me better. And then they lied on the news about it.
But you listened to him recently, like he'll go harder now. He'll be like,
I don't
these
really
people
listen
ruin
to it
businesses.
that much.
See, the thing is, I don't either, but now that I catch him, I'm like kind of surprised with how open
he is
about it now.
But it did ruin businesses. You could say that. Two things can be true at once.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. That's really the truth. No, so that's what I was saying. He's saying the things he sees with his eyes because he's out of LA and no one can come to his house anymore. He's in Austin. He has people. He probably bought a neighborhood and just has Eddie Bravo just pays for his flat earther research.
He has Jocko up there on the sniper.
Dude, do you know about the comedy club, the Mothership?
Yeah.
They have former Navy SEALs as security. It's awesome.
Why?
There were some people because dude, they got big acts coming through there. They want big acts to be comfortable. And people are like the liberals. They constantly make issues. There are these videos of the fucking special forces guys throwing out this one stalker who just wouldn't stop going there.
I think that I'm gonna join the military.
I mean, honestly, that has been the logical conclusion for a long time.
I think it seems fun.
It seems fun.
And then maybe I could be a glorified bodyguard at the mothership and finally get my shot, man. Finally get my shot.
There's gonna be Eddie Bravo yelling about adrenochrome at the fucking mic, and just everyone is scared to not pity laugh. Because otherwise you'll jump down there and just they don't know how many they'll need to stop you. And whoever
and they won't stop me because we have that military bond.
Yeah.
So the training will kick in like cops.
No. What I'm saying is like the audience, like just these like wimpy,
Oh yeah, no, they're dead.
Comedy fans. I'm a comedy fan. I could be one of these people.
Most comedy fans are like fat fucks or like
I would say like the
skinny
ones
little pussies.
Skinny.
But there's always the fat Mexican guys. You know what I mean?
They're not comedy fans.
Why not?
Because they don't actually know about comedians. They don't pay attention to what
they bought a ticket.
They bought a ticket because
I go to Dodger Stadium, I don't know the record, I'm not a Dodger fan, I'm a Dodger fan.
I would say yes. No, I mean I guess your Dodger fans are much more like you can be that without really backing it up at all. A comedy fan, you can't just go to a comedy club like once a week. Even.
Do you think I'm a comedy fan?
Yes. You know about comedians.
Yeah, I never go to shows though.
You could name comedians. You could argue based on
the merits of each.
The merits.
Yeah.
We talked about that with female comedians.
I like George Lopez.
You can hold that up. George Lopez is great. People underestimate George Lopez.
His first special was so funny, dude. I love that guy.
I gotta connect you with my friend from Inglewood because he loves.
He likes it.
He loves George.
No
Lopez.
shit, he's Mexican.
Yeah, I know. Did you ever meet him? I don't think so. No, I think. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to get you two together. Your energy.
We should have him on the podcast.
I would love that. I would really love that.
When can we do that?
I don't know. Well, I'll text him right now.
Yeah.
It can't be over tonight. I would bet.
But so my whole life is ruined.
Let's do a thought experiment. Let's say, because you and Marcus are both
I've been thinking about trying to kill myself.
Well, okay, and YouTube, forget that part just happened.
Yeah.
Just let him air his feelings right now.
Yeah.
Why were you? Wait, you've been thinking about how to kill yourself?
No.
No? No, but not
I'm not a woman. I don't have to think about how to do that.
You just jump out there.
I don't think.
I don't have to look on Etsy.
Yeah, I don't have to look on Etsy
ways
for like these like
to kill yourself.
Or like this like flower pill bottle full of poison.
Yeah, a noose with an artisan rope.
Yeah, these gummies.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gummy poison.
They're actually they're gummy
poison. Take the fucking cyanide, bitch. Shut up.
Stab a knife through your neck.
Just slit your wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so let's do a thought experiment. You and Marcus both do jiu-jitsu, or Jack and Marcus both do jiu-jitsu.
This is real life, man.
Hey, dude,
that's not about Marcus.
That is offensive that is not real life. That is so real life to you.
Life. This is actually serious. It's actually affecting my life.
Sometimes you need to use fiction to analyze today. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is fruitless, but how would Marcus react if this happened to Jack? How would Marcus deal with that? And Marcus is nice.
Marcus would be freaking out, and Jack would be like, I am doing cocaine all day, every day.
Why would Marcus be freaking out?
And I would be like, I don't know, because his partner is doing cocaine all day, every day, next to with a loaded pistol, watching Scarface, just screaming, "The world is mine."
That does not sound like Jack with a retarded arm.
You don't know how dark things can get.
Oh, dude! I thought the glaze over for the Marcus situation. I thought that would help, but now it's like doubly depressing for you because you're living in two realities.
No, it's not.
It's not okay. I know. Hey, I'm not trying.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Thanks. I'm a martial artist. You don't touch martial artists.
I'll never understand when you're joking or not. You'll never be able to not.
Dead serious about that.
Yeah.
Dead serious.
Never
can't touch martial artists. I'm just so trained that like you're lucky that like I'm in a bad mood because otherwise like if I was like aware, if I was acutely aware of my surroundings, you would have been Kimura.
Yeah, I knew it.
You would have been gone.
Yeah.
Would have been over.
Like
your arm would be fucked up. I'd be like, see how it feels? Sucks, right? Fucking sucks.
You think I'm making fun of you for this?
No.
Okay. Good. Now it gets started. No.
I don't even know what to talk about. Besides how everything's meaningless.
I mean,
everything's pointless. And then all the homies they're gonna be like, "Where you been at? Where you been at?" I would be like, I don't know, man.
You're gonna be able to handle that. You're gonna be able to handle that. Here's the thing. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like either increase some gratitude around other things.
There is no such thing as gratitude.
There's no such thing as gratitude. There's never been gratitude
or perspective. There's only the current moment.
Yeah. And the current moment is not in your control at all.
I would be more grateful if I was dead.
The current moment is not in your control at all.
Yeah.
Really?
Because I have a broken finger or hand.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Do you think that's part of...
life is literally out of my grips because I can't make a fist. You see how that works?
Yeah, one day, I hope... I don't know if this will happen, but one day I hope you will have the perspective to be like, yeah, that was crazy.
No, it's not that crazy.
I let that fuck up my entire week.
You're on such a roll, dude. Like, and then it just stops. And you're just like, what the fuck?
That happens to people.
No, it doesn't.
Hey, man.
It doesn't happen to people like me.
I know you've watched Talladega
Nights. I have
Nights.
better genetics than these people. It doesn't happen to people like me.
What about Ricky Bobby?
Ricky Bobby's a fat fuck. Okay? Ricky Bobby makes his living saying penis jokes and acting like a 12-year-old, okay? I'm a fucking martial artist.
I thought he was a driver who had an accident.
No,
and he had to get
Will
back
Ferrell.
Yeah. you know...
If you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah. I thought you'd like the French guy the most. I mean, Sacha Baron Cohen the most.
No, he's a fake French guy.
He's a fake French guy. That offends you.
No French guy would ever would ever go to NASCAR. No matter how much money was offered. Trust me. I know these people. I've lived with them. And my fucking French friend is coming, and I'm going to have a fucking...
Were you planning...
I'm not going to be able to beat him up. No, I still will be able to, but it might hamper my recovery.
Wait, is that something you guys do? Like you guys...
Sometimes he gets uppity.
And you have to hit him?
He wants to figure it out.
He wants to
figure it out. And I let him know very quickly that this is not going to work out for him.
That's hilarious. He's big.
Last time I saw him, I put him in a guillotine.
Isn't he taller than you?
Maybe by like half an inch.
Okay.
Inch maybe.
I mean,
he's like 6'3".
That's interesting.
But I put him in a guillotine last time. You know when somebody's like bent over and their head's between your armpit and you just yank their throat up?
I just can't.
And he was like, ugh. He was like, man, ugh.
I just can't see the reasoning behind flying from Europe to California to get guillotined.
Because he thinks he's a tough guy.
Because he's just trying to... He
thinks he's a tough guy.
He's organizing his own little prize fight.
He's staying for like 72 hours.
Are you kidding?
We got 3 fights in 72 hours.
No.
Yeah.
It's not 72 hours.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, it's like 3 weeks, but still.
Hey, maybe this is to even the odds.
No, because it still won't go in his favor.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing.
It'll just hurt my finger more.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
It's okay. I need to beat the French.
For pride.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck
my
him.
God. Is he coming? He's coming in like May or something like that?
He's coming in 10
days. Oh, you
he's
said.
Coming in 12 days.
Jeez. I don't know. I think your fingers should probably
I'm
be
gonna
better.
kill him. It's his fault now. This has to be someone's fault. It can't be my fault.
You know that, like,
it has to be my training partner's fault. Has to be illegal immigrants' fault. Has to be
keep listing.
Women's fault. It has to be scientists' fault. It has to be Silicon Valley's fault. It has to be some nerds' fault.
Anybody but Trump and Joe Rogan. It's not their fault.
It could be Trump's fault.
It could be Trump's fault.
I don't think it can be Joe Rogan's fault. He doesn't really do anything besides talk. That's cool with me. I think he's kind of cool.
I think he's cool.
I think he's kind of like a fucking little nerd though. At the same time,
he is a total fucking nerd. Yeah. He's a dork, but he could beat the shit out of anybody.
I know.
Yeah. Have you seen the videos of like the people who are dicks to him and like he's like stop, okay, stop, and he gives them like 5 warnings.
Yeah. I love that.
I love that shit. Yeah.
I love that shit.
Okay, but so what you're doing in terms of like, I get it. Maybe it's a joke. I can't tell. I really can't tell with you. But like,
somebody's gonna pay for this.
It is literally like Kenny Powers, and Kenny Powers. People treat him like he's a cool character. He's a fucking douchebag. He's a loser in that.
Kenny Powers is not a douchebag.
He is a total loser.
Douchebag. He's fucking sick,
dude. You know that's not true, right?
Okay,
you know that he's a self-centered person, and that he. And
so
that
what? Everybody around him is a loser. He should be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's maybe that's true, but the narcissistic thing of like. I don't know. I'm not saying that's what you have, but you're blaming it on other people. You're saying it's going to ruin your life.
It is.
And the truth is,
can I tell you? It already has done that.
It already has ruined your life. You've accepted that.
In 24 hours, it's already ruined everything.
Every time you actually have a watch on and you looked at the wrist with no watch on, it said 24 hours.
Because it's usually on this wrist, but I want to monitor the swelling.
That's amazing.
You know,
I don't think. I mean,
does it look swollen,
dude? I can't tell you're fine. You have.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They're big.
You have Wreck-It Ralph hands.
I know. I was trying to see. I was like, they both look kind of big in the mirror.
Yeah.
I can't.
They don't look swollen. It doesn't look swollen at all.
Thank God.
Yeah. You need to get some pussy. That'll really.
I don't want pussy. I don't care about pussy. I care about Jiu-Jitsu, man.
I love how much you love it.
That's all I care about.
Here's the thing. You know what this did?
Women are only good for children.
It legitimized how much you really love jiu-jitsu. It legitimized it.
I know.
Because no one else knew until it ruined your life to have your fingers sprained.
It did.
It really lets me know now. It's like, holy shit, like this is different than other fads.
The coaches love me because the whole time that like I'll get slammed, I'll be laughing. I'll be like, this is great.
And then what happened?
Every training partner I have go, I never had brothers as a kid. That was really fun. Thanks a lot.
So funny.
Appreciate it.
Can you walk me through the moment it happened, or is that too dark for you?
No, dude, it just like I don't know. I just tackled this guy and like something popped in my hand and my coach was like, "Are you all right?" I pulled my finger. I was like, "I'm straight, dude." And then
And then you weren't.
No, I am. No, I was. It hurt, but I was like, whatever. You know what I mean?
And then when did it become a fucking nightmare tragedy?
Well, because I had because I was having fun and the adrenaline. Then I tried to grab the steering wheel and I was like, ouch, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah. That is a bummer.
But I did tell my coach on the way out, I was like, first jiu-jitsu injury, like all stoked. He was like, you're insane. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought you'd be stoked for me. Like,
yeah. You gotta.
I'm like a real practitioner now. Like, I get my body for the sport, dude.
Okay. The fucking perspective flip within 2 seconds of talking about, oh, how did this happen? How was it bad? I'm glad I asked that question because apparently it's the best thing that's ever happened to you. It's legitimized this thing you love.
It was fun.
Yeah. You should wear that around like a badge of honor. I'm going to touch you again. Don't touch a jiu-jitsu practitioner.
I'm a jiu-jitsu practitioner. Dude, I can't lift weights, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Nothing's going to change in your physique. I promise you. Literally, you were doing cocaine
it's like cocaine.
For years.
This is my new cocaine, though. I need to do this.
You need to fucking employ some of the tools you've learned.
No.
You really do.
No,
you've been pushing that shit off so long. That shit is gay. See, that's the problem. Is if you truly believe that, it's going to be a problem.
I'd rather suffer until my hand is better.
Yes. Dude, I think they might have to write like a new chapter. Damn, dude, I keep getting so fucking close to touching on that thing. Touching on that, subject.
What about
Marcus?
The
one we can't talk about at our secret club.
Oh.
Yeah. Marcus, I can't talk about Marcus.
They should write a new chapter saying, do jiu-jitsu if you're not a fucking fag. You know what I mean? They should write a new chapter called, we should amend the Constitution saying, I don't respect you if you don't do jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai.
Yeah.
I don't respect you.
You only have the right to vote.
You're a bitch. That's what I tell all my friends. I say, how does it feel? Do you feel okay with being a bitch? You know what I mean? Like, dude, like when you go to sleep, like, and you're curled up, and you're staring at the door, at your bedroom door, going, oh, I hope nobody breaks in.
And you're talking to like 40-year-olds, so you're like, you're lying there with your wife next to you.
Exactly.
And you're just thinking, if a burglar comes in and rapes her,
exactly.
I'm going to have to let him fuck me too.
I'm going to hold my banky and sit on the chair and give my wife water. People as she moans not in agony, but in joy.
Because of finally,
a bitch is not fucking her.
Oh my god!
You know what I mean? That's right. You'll see when we go over to his house tonight. I'll go up to him and I'll go up to his roommate and I'll say, "How does it feel to be a bitch?" You know what I mean? Does that make you feel like I because I'm just not that type of guy. I couldn't go to sleep like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I could go to sleep in a bitch.
I get scared.
Well, because you do get scared.
I'm such a bitch that I have a gun and I can fight.
We talked about this.
Maybe I'm really the bitch.
You have.
Maybe I'm really the bitch. Or I'm just paranoid and delusional. Probably the latter.
Or both.
Yeah. But I don't think you can be a bitch if you can handle yourself.
You can absolutely be a bitch if you're scared of everything, if it's affecting your life.
I am scared
if
of
you're
everything.
a fat piece of shit who never worries about any type of violence.
No, but you're still a bitch.
And then when violence happens, you handle it in a way where nothing really comes of it. You lose a few $100s, and then you make it back because you're happy and you're enjoying your life. That's a winner right there.
What does that mean?
What are you talking about?
You lose a couple $100 and make it back okay when violence happens?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Exactly. And your opposition to that is like, no, if the risk is that I get shot to death or stabbed with an AIDS needle, then I am going for that because I can't lose $200 to some idiot I don't know.
Won't do it. Won't do it.
So if you're in a bank robbery, are you ever going to like...
No, I have no problem with robbing from large corporations. No problem.
Okay. What about
the banks have insurance.
What about your favorite restaurant? Like it's like...
Baja
kind
Buds.
of a
Baja Buds.
Baja. Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna die.
Who?
Whoever's fucking with them. No, seriously. No.
Tell me.
I've been going to that restaurant since I was 6 months old.
I know.
My dad used to carry our cat on his shoulders into that restaurant. That's a fucking. You do not touch that restaurant.
Oh, dude. You should become the Navy SEAL security guard for Baja Buds.
I literally would. If they gave me free burritos, I would stand out there all day and just play chess on my phone and smoke cigars in a wife beater.
Dude.
Like I do now.
Okay, play out this scenario, right? So I like playing out these scenarios with you. You're a Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. You know what you're talking about.
If somebody did that to Baja Buds, your little Guantanamo Bay thing would happen in that bathroom before we called the police. I'd just be like, look, I'd be like, but the difference is, I don't know how you would do it. Like, what's your tone when you're doing it to this guy? Like, are you like a sadistic, like, oh yeah, like,
no, none of that.
None
of that.
Like, what's your tone of voice? Or are you just cold and calculated?
Cold and calculated, and he doesn't know what's going on, but he feels all the sensations. No talking.
You don't talk?
Absolutely no talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
it's like you put him in a coffin, and you make it seem like you've buried him underground, and then but you have a hole in the bottom, and you just fuck his ass, and you feel like it's a demon.
You would fuck his ass?
This is actually a stolen Come Town bit, but this is the type of thing. This is a much more palatable version of the things I think.
But who's fucking his ass?
Somebody. If I could pay somebody to do it.
Okay.
Otherwise, maybe I get, I don't have any.
Oh, God. See, that's why you're fucked up in the head. My, most fucked up part would just be, acting like their friend. And acting like what I just keep asking them, why I don't know why you're making me do this to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like drilling, having a drill and drilling through their fingers and hands, ripping their toenails. I'd just be like, you had to do it. You know?
See, that's funny.
I don't want to spend my day doing it.
Script. If I was actually trying to be, if I was really mad at somebody, if somebody really ticked me off, I don't know. Again, I have not thought about stuff like this until we did the You Are Gone episode, because then now we've been talking in those terms.
I think they'd be really scared if they were like, oh, I can reason with this guy.
Yeah.
Because he seems like a nice, normal guy, and he keeps asking me, I don't know why you're making me do this to you. You know what I mean? And then they start reasoning with me, and it's just futile. And I still have the same gullible, go funny attitude. You know what I mean?
All right. So
I'm chopping their balls off and shoving it down their throat, just going, I don't know why you got to make me do this.
That's really funny. No, I like that. That's funny. No, my thing is I won't be able to talk to them because they won't even know what's happening to them, because I will deprive some of their senses. However that happens.
I want them to know that I'm doing it to them. You know? I want them to know that it's just you had to fuck with this thing close to me.
Well, because
why did you have to do that?
Well, but that only works if you're going to
kill them. You could have gone to Tommy Burger.
Yeah.
It's right next to it in the parking lot.
Yeah.
There's also a smoke shop, a nail salon. You know what I mean?
How many
credit union.
Is it a chain?
No, there's only one left.
There's only one left.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
There's only one left.
That's nuts. We gotta go there again.
But
that was a good place.
But I don't really care if the guy told on me. I'd be like, yeah.
You just face the guy coming for you, even though you know he's the one in the wrong.
Dude, I assume that restaurant is probably pretty big with LAPD because it's right off the 405, and I think that they'd probably be like, you know what? I would have done the same thing, except we have internal affairs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You saved us some trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're going to just spike this guy with a bunch of crazy drugs.
Yeah.
And put him in that little chair thing.
Yeah.
With the spit mask and what? The judge is going to believe? Nobody's going to believe this guy.
What kind of person do you think would attack Baja Buds?
An evil person.
An evil person. Someone who's sick.
Somebody that would make the combined war crimes of the Nazis and the Japanese in World War II look like child's play. You know what I mean?
What would they do to make it so how would they come at Baja Buds?
I don't know. They'd come in and be like,
they come in with a gun. They say, "Give me all your burritos and all your money, and let me just do whatever I want with this restaurant."
I just had a vision that I just ran up to him and just literally grabbed his throat and ripped it out of his throat.
Can you really do that? They do that in movies.
I think I can do that.
Yeah, I think I could do that.
I'm pretty sure I could do that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty strong. With my good hand.
With your good hand.
Yeah.
Do you need some purchase with the other hand? I mean, I guess you'd only need your palm. That smoke chop is good too, by the way. I like that smoke chop. Do you know what you do? You know what you do? If you really want to be... Well, the thing is, you don't need this. But if it was me...
I'd rape him.
It meant that much... Huh?
I'd rape him.
Well, the smoke shop has samurai swords. And you just go get one of those.
I always am armed.
See, that's the thing.
I don't need that.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything.
It does not change a single thing. You know what? Maybe I'd walk out and go get the tomahawk in the back of my truck and be
Go
like
Native
Mel
American
Gibson in The Patriot.
Yeah.
Dude. Fucking pistol and tomahawk, dude. You know?
Oh my god.
I would probably scalp him though.
I'd probably scalp him and rape him.
Just for.
And then I would come on his head and I'd glue the scalp back on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, This has been a very violent fucking episode so far, and it makes sense because things are going wrong in the world. You've lost your fucking use of your.
It's like I have a broken dick.
Like I have a broken.
Like I can't fuck.
Yeah.
Like a lot of dumb people, that's all they want to do. All I want to do is jiu-jitsu. I'm a righteous man, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't do the one thing that I love.
Nah, theoretically, I could understand the sentiment of
Just
this
put
or
a gun
your
to
dick
my
doesn't
head.
work.
I'd rather have my dick not work.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah. Because but then you wouldn't have your edge on, because these might heal. Like, then you wouldn't have your edge on jiu-jitsu by getting hard.
I'd just take a Cialis before.
Because your idea is that you're going to poke him with the dick?
Yeah.
And it's going to throw him off just enough.
Throw him off just enough so I can regain position. You know what I mean?
I love that. Do you think, here's the thing though, would you be disappointed if they're used to that sort of thing? Like that's a normal experience that they go through?
No. Then I'd be stoked. I'd be like, I naturally come to the same conclusions as the masters. Like I wonder what my next great idea will be. Maybe finger in the butt. You know,
like a dog biting somebody.
Yeah, ball grab. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think that's not quite
what if I take
regulation, is it?
It depends on if they see it, I guess.
Dude, I was looking at I got a YouTube short that came up that it was the first ever MMA fight or UFC fight.
With Hoist?
No, maybe it was the German guy or the Swiss guy, because it was it was like a German guy versus a sumo wrestler from Hawaii.
Oh no, yeah, that's in the first UFC, but not like the dude who won.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but because it was really like Mortal Kombat, or it was like Street Fighter or whatever, where it's just like a kumite.
I kind of wish it was still like that.
Me too.
I don't know why they don't have an open division.
Yeah,
where it's like anybody can go.
Yeah,
do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's cool. Well, and you got to match up vastly different body weights and totally different people, with different skills, and then they'll surprise you, or the obvious will happen, and that'll be interesting. You know?
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
It would make it way more fun for betting.
Dude.
It would give the common man a lot more currency in
Should
betting.
we start doing bum fights and start dressing him up in costumes and making him fight the different body types too? And we get people who are on different drugs.
I think, different drugs.
This is like a guy who's on fentanyl. He can't feel anything. He's like a superhero. And then, crack. And
I think PCP would just win, right?
PCP would always win.
Yeah.
It would be, you'd be numb and you'd be able to rip people's flesh off with no problem.
Like eating their face.
Yeah, you'd be bath salts.
Like the fight's over.
You get it by the fight's over, and it's like, here's the sandwich. You want the sandwich? And then it's like, yeah, no, I'm good with the face meat. Oh my god. Yeah, so that would be interesting. It's like our own version of crack baby basketball. There's a lot of yawning because I was late for this episode. I noticed that when I was editing the other ones that there's a lot of swirling of the Starbucks cups.
There is.
It's kind of, I don't know if that adds character or if it's just really annoying to people.
If they can fucking get over, they don't gotta listen to our 16 listeners out there.
Yeah.
Fuck you if you don't like my Starbucks. I have more money than you. I go to Starbucks.
One of the worst ones though that I don't like is the nicotine gum. Just like,
yeah.
That one was funny.
You know, the funny thing about that is that everyone tells me that that's annoying. And I still haven't caught on.
Well, so you know who that's like.
But guess what? I don't give a fuck.
That's come
because
down.
the people that tell me about that can't beat me up. So why should I listen to you? You know what I mean?
Tell them about it right now.
You're not a woman.
Yeah.
Right? And because one, I don't fight women, and number two, I don't listen to women either. And number two, you can't beat me up, so why should I listen to you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't have, and you're not armed like I am.
That's true.
So even if you could beat me up, maybe I'd think about it, but then I'd just pull my sidearm.
And just start popping rounds.
You know what I mean? I got this really, like, I proved why I don't listen to women today.
Why?
There was an article today about this girl who, like, was, like, got her tubes tied or something, and she tried to write it up poetically, but it was just really bullshit. And she had this one quote and said, I don't want to be a mother, I realized, hovering pleasantly against the ceiling, whatever that means, above and apart, right? Ooh.
Jesus.
And then she said this. Right after that, she goes, it was the first original idea I'd had for myself. Are we really going to listen to these people? You're 30 years old.
And you've now had an original idea.
And that's and
everything else has been daddy.
Dude, and it's like, I don't know if I trust you making that big of a decision. You know what I mean? Maybe like you're kind of just proving that abortion should be banned.
Yeah.
Because if she's not like a unique woman, then like your first and only real decision made by yourself is going to be like a one that involves potentially another person. Yeah. Like you were never like, oh, I like this kind of popsicle when I was a kid. Like, you know what I mean? You're doing 26. You were just following the fad. Like, you don't have any favorite music.
Everybody likes yellow. I'm going to get yellow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't have any favorite music. You don't have any favorite movies. You don't have any favorite shoes. You don't know if you like school or you don't like school. You just go and then don't go on the weekends because that's what everyone else is doing. Yeah. Like, I think that we should just lock your ass up and you should just not have original ideas and stick to the fucking cookbook instead of trying to be like Randy Marsh and Cream Fresh. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we're having less kids and the food has gotten measurably worse at home. Why? Because women have started to make decisions. You know what I mean?
Started to make decisions.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, why are we
just
listening
don't do
to
that.
People?
Just don't do that. That's why you know a bunch of political stuff is happening that I'm not going to talk about on here.
That's why I got kicked off.
Because I love everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do. I swear.
Yeah.
I do respect my mortal enemies, though. I do respect them.
Yeah, I respect them because they could be, because we can fight in a physical.
Because they're good adversaries, and they make their women shut up.
Yeah, yeah.
That should be enough to tell you who I'm talking about. And I have a lot of friends who are part of my mortal enemies. Yeah. Yeah. And I tell them, I say, if we meet on the battlefield, I will not hesitate to cut your head off. Yeah. And they say, that's why I like you. Yeah. And then I go, oh my God, your guys' propaganda is so good. I'm thinking about joining your side. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Big booty bitches, they shut up. Yeah. And you're like telling me, oh, if you cut my head off and get the best of me on the battlefield, that's awesome. Good for you. That's awesome. I go, what for you? I go, you're such an admirable adversary. Yeah. I love you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Is this war meant to happen?
Is that the only place in the world where your mentality is reciprocated?
No.
Like where else? Like Texas? No.
Texas, you
like see, but you don't want to move to Austin. Would you move?
No, because Austin is not full of people from Texas. It's full of a bunch of people from California LARPing as Texans.
But here's the thing.
And they're not from the cool parts of California.
Like LA?
No, like they're like, well, what would be cool if you were in Texas? Like they're not from like the Central Valley or some shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're not like already doing that kind of stuff.
No, of course. Yeah, I mean, like we know about a bunch of celebrities, a bunch of other people we probably know.
They all remind me of our mutual friend who I DM'd on Instagram. Like, and those are the better ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You DM'd on Instagram?
Yeah.
Give me another hint.
In the Paris Cafe, remember we had that long argument?
Oh.
Yeah. They all remind me of that. It's like, okay, you're 5'6", 130 pounds, and you post videos of yourself shooting guns and drinking Negronis. Like, we all think that you're a man. You know what I mean? Like, we get it. We get it.
I mean,
your size doesn't determine your manhood. Your drink order, the cigars you smoke, and posting guns on Instagram does.
Those people, no,
it's like
honestly,
enough.
He's, I'm always going to defend him, but he's.
I don't think he's a bad guy.
No, I know that, but he's the people you think of when you think of Austin. Problem is, Austin people are fucking liberal.
I know.
Yeah,
so that's why I said he's the better one.
He's the better ones of those.
You know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha.
But he's still a punk bitch. but I told you when I was in Austin, I was pressing people.
Yeah,
I would walk up to people when I was all hammered and be like, "Have you ever shot a gun before?" Who were wearing cowboy boots? They said no, and then I'd be like, "Take those fucking boots off." You know what I mean? Nobody listened, but I was still doing it.
No, I mean, you can press people in Austin. The thing is about Austin is like you can enjoy the rest of Texas, and the setting is Texas. It's not like it's Austin alone. Like Joe lives there. Joe shoots guns. He has a huge fucking business. He knows the governor. Governor's fucking there, and the governor certainly isn't one of those liberal people. Now, you could live in Austin and have a bunch of people to as you said before, subjugate on your manner. You could become.
And look, and this sounds like a racial thing.
Yeah.
Right?
No, they're all white.
Right? They're all white.
Yeah.
All the people that are working for me are white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all.
Because I don't want to get mixed up in anything.
They're all named Todd. They're like they're
all named Todd. They all wear like Toms. You know what I mean? Or like Docs. They all have like kind of a swoop over haircut and wear like glasses and like cardigans.
And when they
roll their pants up, they do the cuffs. They cuff their pants.
When you're not around and they need to blow off some steam, they play Mumford and Sons on makeshift.
And they always like kick in the air. Like when they're angry, they do like an air kick. They're like, "Oh God darn it!" and they like air kick. You know
Is that okay?
It's like, why don't you kick something?
No, I feel like
you know what I mean. Why don't you kick something? Stop air kicking.
Yeah, why don't you kick me?
Exactly.
Why don't you get back?
Kick me and see what happens. You're not gonna kick your daddy.
Yeah.
Now let me fuck your wife. You give me a fucking sparkling water and a towel for when I motherfucker. Get that fucking warm the bath up, dude.
It better be fucking cold sparkling water.
You're lucky.
I'm not playing with that warm LaCroix shit.
You're lucky I still let you fuck your wife.
Yeah. Yeah, you're lucky I don't fucking put a time lock on that bitch. Yeah. I can only fuck her every Friday when I put her in the rotation of all the other wives.
He has to call me every time he wants to fuck his wife.
Yeah.
Like, okay, fine, I'll be over there in a second because I got to fuck her first. And
again, you're not interested in fucking.
No.
You just need the.
I'm
like
just
the
doing
power.
it just to sub. No, not even the power. I just like the look of defeat in his eyes.
That's what gets you
Hearing
off.
the lamentation of his women.
Yeah.
Like in Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
They're like, "Conan, what is your greatest joy in life?" And he was like, "Crushing my enemies and hearing the lamentations of their women at my feet." I was like, whoa!
But wait, lamentations?
Lamentations. Like lament.
Yeah,
like
exactly. But they're not happy like they would be if they're fucking.
No, I'm fucking her and she's happy, and then she goes, "Oh my God, why did I enjoy that?" Oh! And she's just begging me for Merce not to do it again.
That's hot.
Please don't fuck me better than my husband anymore,
This
please. I'm starting to love you. You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Sorry, Mirabelle, you gotta stay with your husband."
Sorry, Mirabelle. It's all Mirabelle and Todd.
This is a Christian country. You can't get divorced. You gotta fuck Todd.
You better fucking keep that baby. You are just a vessel for my seed.
And I know that Todd has to watch porn and jerk his own dick off to come. He can only stay hard in you for 34 seconds. And then you just gotta kiss him.
I know because I timed it.
You gotta suck his
time
nipple.
lock.
You gotta suck his nipple while he's jerking off watching porn.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it is, Maribel, it's girls that don't look like you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Unlike me.
Yeah.
I watch porn that look like my girlfriend.
You really want credit for that. She certainly didn't feel that way.
I do.
She looked at you like
a total bitch. I was like, what? I was like,
why do you think that would be better? I mean, I guess
because then it's like I'm clearly attracted to you, to your body type.
To your body type, but don't you think they think of themselves as more than just the body type? Like, don't you think they?
Well, yeah, that's why I listen to you scream at me and don't walk out the door. You know what I mean?
I mean,
because I like her personality. That's why we do shit together. But when you don't want to fuck, and I gotta get off a little steam because I got a broken finger and I can't go wrestle with my boys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, look, it's like, dude, she was like a Latina-looking girl with a fat ass. I wasn't going to giggle. I wasn't doing that one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I wasn't doing giggle.
I mean, maybe just, okay, well, yeah, I heard the K on the end of that one. But just, guess what that is.
I didn't mean to do that. I honestly didn't mean to do that. That's the Japanese girls. That's how they giggle. They hold up peace signs the whole time.
They do, like,
and you're Nixon. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, Nixon made a big impact on the sexual lives of
the Japanese people. Yeah,
sure did.
I mean, I don't know why that's such a bad but that just proves that they're not rational, because that is totally a reasonable argument.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're gonna ban me from jerking.
Well, some women actually ask for that sort of thing. They're like, okay, if you're gonna watch porn, only watch porn with women.
Those are reasonable ones. Those are probably older ones.
Exactly.
Whose dating field is lower now.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. They're older women who you literally couldn't find pornos of. I mean, you probably could, but it would not be the first choice. Like, if you're looking at porn at that age, which many people do, you're looking for something more tight and high.
Tight and high.
Yeah.
That's an old way of describing it, but I get it. But I mean, that was bullshit.
Yeah,
it's
hilarious, and it is. I was playing with fire. Like, I was playing devil's advocate there. Be like, oh, what? You know, don't you think they want someone who looks different, because then they're not worried about you just leaving them for another bitch that looks like them? But
no, we were living in England.
Yeah.
In northern England at that, not in London.
That wasn't here.
No.
Interesting. Okay.
She was getting all mad at me.
Yeah.
We were living in the council houses in England.
You were.
I was about a fucking bopper, mate.
You were not living in a council house.
Dude, I was fucking.
There's no way.
You're a social in security fucking northern England.
All right. Well, I do want to ask about I want to talk about two other things. So, you said last week that the Marcus thing, you might actually write that.
I might actually write it.
I really hope you do. And that one, I hope you feel comfortable just fucking dictating it. That'll be getting to get it through really quickly. Because I swear to God, the way you describe it, you just dictate the notes and then you copy and paste them where they need to go.
I already took the notes.
You did?
No, I went on our podcast and copied the transcript.
I love that.
Yeah, put it in a Google Doc with Jack Marcus.
Dude, why don't you just use AI to fucking fill that shit in if you don't really care about it? Because you care about it enough that you want to.
Because that's whack. So I'm not gonna let them take over everything.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. I like AI, but you clearly don't, and it's a little irrational because so many things you do would be benefited from
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't want to streamline my life.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to do.
Because you don't.
We keep making less and less shit to do. The fun part about life is doing shit that's hard.
You understand that you are limiting yourself from the key thing that most people do.
Don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck. But then you can't argue that there's nothing to do.
No. I'm saying that there's nothing to do if you use AI too much. Oh, it'll write my email for me. Oh, it'll jerk me off.
AI can't.
Oh, it'll send my mail.
AI can't.
Oh, it'll do my taxes.
It can't do jiu-jitsu.
It'll be doing jiu-jitsu soon, and you'll be like, "Well, look at it. You just put the goggles on and you're doing it, but you never."
You were the one who said.
You'll fucking say that. You'll fucking say that, and I'll still be here going, "Nope."
I need a smaller,
and then you'll be on your
guy.
deathbed, and you'll be like, "You know what? I never really did anything. I kind of just looked in Google Glasses all day.
Okay.
And watched my life go by through a screen."
All right, you told me,
and I'll be like, "Look, I broke my hand again because I was doing stuff."
I'm not gonna call you out for literally anything else. But you texted about getting a jiu-jitsu robot. Am I not? I hope that's not offensive for me.
No, that's what Frank said.
Okay, got it. Oh, never mind. Okay, well, never mind then. Yeah. I shouldn't have ventured there.
Whoops. Looks like you're wrong. Okay. Why don't you go ask AI about it instead of thinking about it? Say, AI, why was I wrong? Instead of being introspective.
Well, I guess, okay, so we're getting on an hour. As we wrap to a close here, I think it's something really important that people were waiting for. AI. People were worried about what that bitch's reputation, I met a bitch. I'm gonna refer to her as a bitch. Whatever. On Hinge, and she said I had a bad reputation in high school. And I was reluctant, but I asked about it, and the bad reputation was
just that he was slinging his dick around.
Yeah, fuck too much. All right, this has been the Live Life Gulag podcast.
That's a good thing.
Good night. Yeah. You ready?
Is that a good thing?
That is a good thing. It's really good. It's way better than I thought because it was a bad. I thought it was going to be much worse.
Really bad.
Yeah.
And she was just like, "You got a lot of pussy."
Yeah.
And you freaked out about that for like 4 days.
Yes, I did. See, we're not that different.
No.
You with your fucking
so different because
you're saying your life is over.
This isn't speculative. This is not speculative.
But you're saying your life is over. I was just saying, oh God, I wonder what it is.
You were like, oh God, I hope it's not bad.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that like I'm gonna put a bleep to my head
to your bleep,
pull the bleep,
and then bleep and your brains bleep, out.
Yeah. And then my bleeping brain matter bleep will be all over the bleeping floor bleep.
Yeah.
Is that maybe that'll get past the algorithm? They'll be like, "What is brain matter bleep for bleep?" And
after all of the shit we said about the fucking like fucking somebody in a coffin and things.
What's wrong with that?
I mean that again. I have to self-disclose that was stolen from.
That's like that one joke.
Yeah.
No, they stole it from that one guy.
Which one?
Who was the comedian that was short and kind of fat? Not short and fat, but like, and he always wore trench coats and he yelled.
Oh, Bill Hicks.
Sam Levin.
Oh, yeah. What's his name?
Whatever his name is. You know that guy?
Yeah, of course.
He said, have you ever heard the joke about the gay guys that like go to morgues and like pay people to fuck dead bodies?
I had
the gay necrophiliacs. No. And then he like lays on the ground and he starts like going like
Sam
this.
Kinison.
Yeah. And he's like, oh God, it's so good to be dead. Life was really fucking me in the ass. And then he's like, and I'm getting fucked in the ass when I'm dead. Good night. Have a nice night.